Greetings, family greetings, brothers and sisters. Woo! Today we will talk about one hell of a company. There are companies in the West that when they come to Africa, they kind of are involved politically. So what they do is they will support a president who becomes a president, and when he becomes a president, you hear a certain president is selling the pot. You remember some cases in Kenya where we fought very hard online so that our port is not sold to some multinational. The airport, for example, and the port, by the way, there was a time even people complained saying, hey, the port of Kenya is being sold. So that's what happened. And one such a company is Bolloré. Bolloré or Bolloré or Bolloré is a French multinational conglomerate with a diverse portfolio of businesses spanning logistics, transportation, energy, communication, and entertainment. Founded in 1882, Bolloré Group has grown into a global powerhouse. But most of us know Bolloré Logistics. And Bolloré in Africa has established itself as a key player in the logistics and transportation sector. That is what is known here. The company operates numerous port concessions, railways, and logistics networks across the continent, facilitating whatever they are saying, trade and economic growth. Bolloré African operations, including major ports in countries such as Cote d'Ivoire, Nigeria, Togo, and Cameroon, where it has invested heavily in modernizing infrastructure and improving efficiency. That's what they say. But Bolloré activities in Africa has not been without controversy. The company has faced allegations of unethical practices, including corruption and bribery in securing port concessions. These allegations have tarnished its reputation and raised questions about businesses practices on the continent. So, NGO from 5 African countries have filed corruption accusations against Vincent Bolloré, claiming the French billionaire irregularly won concessions to run African ports. Bolloré Africa Logistics operated 16 ports as well as warehouses and transport hubs across the continent before being sold to MSC Shipping Groups for 6 billion in 2022. The organizations from Togo, Guinea, Ghana, Ivory Coast, and Cameroon united under a coalition dubbed Restitution for Africa, contend that Bolloré's group obtained business by bribing local leaders. They claim that it was through influence peddling that the group obtained concessions to run the ports of Douala in Cameroon and Kribi, then the Stema in Ghana and Abidjan in Ivory Coast. As such, the collective says funds from the sale of Bolloré Africa operations are proceeds of crimes, hence the charge of money laundering. Bolloré was the subject of a French investigation of accusations. He bankrolled the 2010 presidential campaigns of Faure in Togo and Alpha Conde in Guinea in exchange for port concessions in Lome and Conakry. Lawyers for his group opted for an out-of-court settlement against the accusations. Well, it's French, and we know what he's doing in Senegal. They are those biggest conglomerates who control.
Loot.
They control the government.
And they loot our minerals.
Yes, but mostly they get the concessions for the ports, and with the ports
You
they can
bring in anything, take out anything.
yeah, that's what is happening. So those are these international organizations. When it comes to international organizations dealing with food, they bring us crap. We get sick. They bring us medicine. When it comes to something like logistics, they are the one who loot our minerals.
And why would you give a whole port to a foreign company or foreign conglomerate as a country, as a government? Because that is where you should be. If there's something you need to control, it is the port. Because the entry and the exit of goods and whatever people, that is where everything happens. Human trafficking is done at the ports. Drug trafficking is done at the ports. Money laundering, everything is at the port. So if you are not in control of the port, then what are you even controlling as a country? I mean, all of these francophone countries that were working with this guy, it comes to show that it's not just only the leaders that are being controlled, it's actually the whole thing.
It's because they start from the president. So, and the problem with our leaders in Africa, the leaders that we have, most of African countries are the type that we can say they can sell the soul of a country for coins.
For
They can
enjoyment.
sell you people go work as slaves. We don't care. We are getting kickbacks. Those are the leaders that we have. We have a problem in Africa, very big one. But we are happy that the AES doesn't have the problem and it's expanding. What can we say? Soon Africa will be part of it.
Brothers and sisters, that is it from this very disappointing news. And it comes to show you that if we don't wake up, Lord is going, by the time we realize that we actually don't have a continent, it will be way after everything is
Yeah,
gone. And
very
we're
late
just
if we don't
living,
wake up today.
yeah, we're just living in a continent which is not owned by us. Nothing is owned by us. It's just you surviving in a place you don't even know anymore, because how do you even call home a place where people are controlling it? Outsiders are taking charge of everything that has to do with your country. We need to wake up, we need to rise up, and we need to talk about these issues, because some people don't know. You might know that the thing today, you might know everything about, these puppets and what they are doing, but don't assume that everybody else knows. Wake somebody up. Wake them up by sharing these videos, liking, commenting, and subscribing. It will be recommended to somebody else out there who will also wake up and realize that this is the end. This must be the end of the suffering for Africa. If you would love to support us, we have Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in the description box down below. We also have super thanks and super chats. And as per usual, please like, share, and comment and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye
Bye.
bye.